A public announcement by Cameron County officials is sparking controversy over wages and compensation for elected officials. This weekend, a proposal detailing hefty salary changes for the county's top leaders have residents criticizing the proposal, calling it unbelievable and disappointing. Alfredo Cuadros explains.
Good evening, Brenda. A public notice by Cameron County is raising eyebrows for some of its residents. In short, Cameron County's top leaders are a few days away from voting on their own salary increase. Now, we have not heard back from all of the county commissioners or the county judge on this issue. However, here are some of the highlights from the public notice itself. Over $400,000 in proposed salary increases across the board. The public notice appeared on the Brownsville Herald, detailing salaries, expenses, and increases. Some of the most notable items include over $48,000 for County Judge Eddie Trevino Jr., for a total of $119,400, a $32,000 raise for each commissioner, totaling $75,000, along with tens of thousands in increase to county and district clerks. Only 4 members not considered for the increase, which include District Attorney Luis Sainz, currently earning $28,156, and Sheriff Omar Lucio, who would remain as one of the highest paid at $108,896. Already, public groups organizing on Facebook, and even a message from the former Cameron County Judge Carlos Cascos, saying 3 words could describe this initiative. Quote, unbelievable, disgusting, and disappointing, end quote. If you have anything to say on the issue, public comment is available on August the 20th at around 8:30 a.m. right here at the Dancy Building. From Brownsville, Alfredo Cuadros, KBEO, Local 23 News.
What would you do with the hundreds of millions of dollars, especially if your boss did it for you? Enough already. Exactly what is recession? Barricades, kidnapping. Hey, another day in BrownTown. And exactly what the heck is going on with Cameron County. It is 7:05 a.m. Wednesday, July 27th. My name is Frankie Olivo, and this is Good Morning Brownsville. Now, we all have dreams and goals, and we all have an understanding of the idea that money doesn't really buy happiness. But I could think of 830 million reasons why it could probably bring us some joy or some sort of happiness into our lives. The mega million of $830 million was not claimed. Next week or on the 29th, this mega million will rise to $1 billion. Now, after taxes, an individual would get probably close to mid to low 300 million when it's all said and done. Again, there are options available. You could take one lump sum or how other individuals, which I would prefer to get a short amount of money for the rest of your life. That way, you can't go crazy, you can't blow it. And, you have an excuse to say, hey, I really don't have any money. But as the saying goes, is the key to happiness through money? We have seen rock stars, celebrities. They seem to have it all, the good looks, the picturesque family. And most of all, we think that all of their problems are solved with having money. Well, one boss took that into consideration when he purchased over 50,000 Mega Million tickets. And his idea was that if it hit, that he would share it evenly amongst his 50,000 employees. Now, what a boss, right? Not only are they providing us a job with our livelihoods, but we have the chance to potentially, and again, once you break it down after taxes and the $300 million being split amongst 50,000 individuals, the cut is in the low tens to as high as 20,000. Not too shabby, right? For not doing a thing and letting your boss kind of take care of you. Well, the Canes owner did purchase 50,000 tickets. And the crazy thing is that this lotto, I don't know if it's a tease, how Kanye said, but this man purchased 50,000 tickets and not one hit. So you can just imagine, poor little Frankie spending his $4 last quarters and pennies that he has to try and win this ticket, this Willy Wonka golden ticket for over $300 million. And nobody won. That just goes to show that it is the higher possibility of a lightning striking us than actually winning the big prize. Nobody claimed the $830 million. So the Mega Million will rise to a little bit over $1 billion. Now, do we anticipate more individuals, more employers doing this? I don't see why not. It's a good PR move. You look good in front of your employees. You could spin it and say, "Hey, man, I'm here putting up my money where my mouth is, and it's all because of you." It's a great PR move. I'm sure there is a tax write-off. I'd have to talk to my accounting, my accountant, who's my mother, and my attorney friends to see, how much of this $50,000 worth of tickets is a write-off to the company. Again, it's a win-win for the business, good PR. You have award-winning shows such as Good Morning Brownsville talking about it with the viewership is through the roof. It's a win-win for the employer, good PR. You're able to advise and demonstrate to your employees that, hey, I'm taking the chance, and if I hit, you're also gonna reek in that benefit. So don't we wish all of our bosses were this considerate of they want to make us a part of a $1 million ticket? That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Here lately in Brownsville, a lot of action has been going on. If it's not for individuals being caught with drugs, lately a lot of high violent crimes have been happening within our city. The interesting thing is that not a lot of things have been reported. We always get the more high-profiled clickbait stories, either on the web or printed out in the paper. But it was interesting to note that, my part of the hood over here on Minnesota, for the large part of Monday, we were not able to use the road. We did find out that the U.S. Marshals, along with ICE, did have a search warrant to pick up an individual for human smuggling. There was the SWAT, the medic, Brownsville Fire Rescue Team, along with Brownsville PD and other law enforcement agencies there. The individual ended up barricading himself. Throughout the long ordeal, we found out that tear gas was deployed. This individual eventually was arrested without any harm to our local law enforcement officials, nor to anyone inside the house. And again, this was a very, very scary incident because, again, once you think of barricades, once you hear of SWAT, you automatically think, oh, God, here we go again. Gun violence. And the way we've been hearing of shootings, of these sort of events taking place, we're like, oh, great. Not in my great Brownsville. But nonetheless, we were glad to report that nobody was harmed. As we can see from the photo, all the hood came out to see what was going on. And of course, it never put it past us that we're going to be out there in our vatas, making sure what the ruckus is, making sure everybody's okay. But luckily, nobody was hurt. But other things that have been transpiring within the city of Brownsville have been a lot of robberies. If you follow, my mic's all messed up. Live TV, Chico. If you follow the Brownsville PD Facebook page, they do a great job, and their Crime Stoppers website page has been doing a great job of posting, especially film, video of robberies taking place. We have been seeing how, even at the jewelry store, we had an individual who swiped from the owner, from the employee, a chain and walked off. He was ultimately arrested. But we had a kidnapping. which is very, very, very scary. Now, our close proximity to the bridge to Matamoros uh, leads us to, ask that question, is there spillover violence? Now, this case was very, very interesting. Here we have a son parent combo where they went around downtown and they assaulted, try and get a woman into a van against her will. This woman, who was easily outnumbered and outweighed, I think the police department did give a description of the woman was 4'11", and she was barely a buck. I think she was less than 100 pounds. She was able to fight off her assailants. She managed to escape, and this was all caught on film in downtown Brownsville. And that leads us a lot of questions, and we're thankful. We're thankful that this didn't transpire or get any worse. Through the World Wide Web, and our ears are always, we do have big ears, and we try and stay in tune with what is going on within our city. We did find out that this young woman allegedly stole from this family. This family did provide her with food on the day in question, and either sometime before, this woman allegedly stole money, wallet, documents from this family. And again, according to sources, this family would provide and open their home to this individual who many have claimed has a drug problem, is homeless, and many patrons out in downtown, they do their best to try and help out, so to speak. But kidnapping in the city of Brownsville, when we hear that word, that's an ugly word. Why? Because again, we're very scared of the spillover violence. But this is something very different. This young man is 17 years old with his 40-year-old parents. And again, what would lead somebody to act this way? Did they say, hey, look, we're trying to help in good faith. Here's my home. Here's, you have access to my restroom, my shower, access to my personal belongings. And did this family just get enraged and say, you know what? That's it. We had good intentions. Screw you. But that's not enough to kidnap somebody. Again, we're all in support of individuals being protective of their homes and themselves. But, we're a nation of laws, and, it'd be best, even though we understand one's anger, we understand that the best bet would be for the family to take this information to the authorities. Again, we all lash out. We all have that moment. But these individuals, not once, but twice, they after they weren't able to successfully get this woman in the van, they chased her into an alley, once again tried and forced her into the vehicle to do God knows what. We applaud the Brownsville PD. They were able to act quick, and with surveillance video, they got the tags, and as soon as possible, they went to the listed address of that vehicle. They were able to arrest the young man, 17 years old, with his parents. Again, what would lead you to want to take a woman against your will? If she stole from you, if she took things from your home. Good morning, Cindy. Say hello to all the beautiful people in the city of Harlingen. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you have a great day. Happy Wednesday. But nonetheless, a barricade on Monday, a kidnapping on the weekend. What's next, Brownsville? And another thing that has been going on and we have not been hearing of is robbery. This is from El Bravo, a Mexican news article. And we try here at Good Morning Brownsville to present as much information as possible. We don't have the luxury of having a reliable newspaper, news agency that will be unbiased and will give us all the information of what is going on within the nation, within the state, but more importantly for the city of Brownsville. The Brownsville Herald, Valley Central Channel 4, KRGV, as we all know, they're biased. They don't really do investigative journalism where they go and ask these politicians these hard questions. Why? Because it wouldn't be in their best interest. Well, the paper And again, it wouldn't be in the city's best interest. Again, we have to make Brownsville great and not talk about the bad things that are going on in the city of Brownsville. Well, there have been a lot of robbery incidents here in the city of Brownsville that have not been reported. Recently, two young men, they were arrested. Their combined bonds were set at $1 million. But a concerned citizen brought it to one's attention and said, hey, this doesn't get reported. There is a big ring of organized crime targeting certain vehicles, trucks, and we all know they pop them and they cross them over the bridge. You know, we this is all one familiar tale. But again, the city of Brownsville, Texas, Barricades, U.S. Marshals, SWAT, kidnapping, and aggravated robbery, where individuals were forcing patrons from their vehicles. And again, this is the city of Brownsville, where just back in April of this year, we were ranked the 16th safest city, according to some poll. Again, does crime get reported? Is it in the best interest of the city to be put in bad light? Again, we need to do everything possible to make sure that Brownsville is the destination for business, for tourism, and it wouldn't be in the city's best interest for this to come out to light. Again, the Brownsville PD does a great job posting the mugshots, even though we won't post the mugshots, but they do a great job of posting the mugshots and giving us a story. And we like that they're active on social media, because all our family members, no matter what age, are on social media. So again, barricades, kidnappings, aggravated robbery. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is in the 16th safest city in the United States. Good old BrownTown. Now, excuse me, please, but exactly what is a recession? As we all know, right now, the Democrats have a daunting task of selecting their next candidate for the 2024 election. Many have questioned President Biden's ability to lead for 4 more years. His age, his stance, his poor stance on immigration, leaving Afghanistan, the way he's handling inflation. I could go on and on and on. But one thing that the White House and those Democrats have been trying to avoid is that dirty R word, the R word. Don't say it porque ay, cae mal. Recession. Now, exactly what is recession? And as we all know, you know, the world seems like it's going upside down. Rent is crazy. We can all agree. Hey, my man. Good morning, Mr. Juarez. How's it going? I really, really appreciate it. Say hello to the family over there in vacationing. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. RGV Elite putting Brownsville on the map for boxing. Not only do we have Johnny Blaze Tapia, but we have the Juarez brothers, Ms. Garcia, the Figueroas, Drago. Man, I could go on and on. And it all goes to show that somebody who is driven, motivated, and passionate about what he does, you're spilling that onto our youth. And I like what you said one time, Rudy, when you said, 5 years ago that there was these kids who had low self-esteem, had no direction, no guidance. And look at them now. They're traveling all throughout the United States, Puerto Rico, and they're competing and winning titles and really setting Brownsville on the map. So I appreciate you, my man. That's the goal, to que progrese nuestra comunidad y gente como usted y como el cubano, el coach cubano, y toda la familia, and the RGV Elite and Johnny Blaze Tapia Boxing as well. Y'all do a great job of motivating our youth. So it means a lot to me for you to come on and to say that. Hope you have a great day, my man. Y me traes algo de Cancún. Just kidding. The world is belly side up. Rent is through the roof. Gas prices it's slowly coming down. But what we have seen is that the economy has not been doing great as of late. And many have questioned and said, hey, should we give the Democrats 4 more years look at the way that they've been handling this current situation. Should we give them enough time to fix this up? And again, I'm not just saying this is the Democrats. This is previous administrations, going back to President Trump, going back to other administrations that haven't tackled the important issues that have led us up to today. But again, what is a recession? That nasty word. Well, according to the Oxford Dictionary, a recession is when you have two periods of economic decline, a fall in GDP. And what we have seen from the Democratic Party is that they've been trying to spin it some sort of way. Again, you always try to change the narrative, especially in any political election. What we have seen is that the Democrats have done a great job of saying, "Hey, we're not in a recession. We're not going into a recession. You know, things are going good. Look at gas prices." But again, many have questioned and said, "Hey, does the president really have control over gas prices?" They were saying that no, the president had no control over gas prices when they were high, and now that they're dipping, they said, "Oh, well, look at the great things that our president's been done." So it's like, how does that work? It's only good whenever it's convenient for you. But a recession, now the White House is saying that a recession is not what it's normally been categorized as. Again, what is a recession? According to the Oxford Dictionary, it is a period of economic decline for 2 quarters, 2 consecutive quarters. And what have we seen for the United States? That we have had no job growth in that time. And according to the White House, their definition of a recession is that it is unlikely that the decline in GDP in the first quarter of this year, even if it's followed by another year of decline by GDP. So what they're saying is that, hey, don't listen to that stuff. That stuff that said, oh, your economists are not doing a good job of studying the markets and being able to tackle inflation. And again, this is a worldwide phenomenon. Not only the United States is dealing with, but the world. But we have seen how the White House has been trying to spin it. We have midterm elections coming up. What have our incumbents done for us on the big stage in Washington, but more importantly here in the city of Brownsville, here in Cameron County? What have our elected officials done? Have they done everything possible to make sure that they put the needs and wants of the community first? It doesn't seem that way. And again, the United States the government has done a great job of giving us a definition of the vaccine. Hey, if you take 4 shots and the booster, you're good. Many people are still coming out with COVID. They're trying to spin the definition of a woman. They're saying, can a man get pregnant? Yes or no? It's like, what is going on? Now they're trying to spin the definition of recession. What is recession again? According to the government, it is not a 2 consecutive economic decline seen in GDP. So the Democrats are trying to save grace and face to the American voters and saying that, hey, everything is A-okay. Even though the ship is sinking, according to the Democrats, everything is A-okay. What the heck is going on with Cameron County? No, pues está feo la situación, el crisis aquí en Cameron County. What we have seen throughout the tenure of our current Cameron County commissioners has been one of celebration only for them, unfortunately. What we have seen from our local elected officials on the county level has been one of they themselves. Now, one thing that I do talk about to my constituents is, and I hope you don't get tired of me when I say that, why do individuals run for public office? I repeat, why do individuals run for public office? Is it to provide a better quality of life for you and I? Is it to make sure that we have opportunity here in the city of Brownsville, in Cameron County, where our youth, your children, your loved ones would not have to leave to bigger cities such as Houston, Dallas, San Marcos to try and get a decent wage and a good career? We want the opportunity here. What we have seen from our local elected officials has been not the needs and wants of our community, but the needs and wants of those elected officials. We started today's segment with the salary increase that was proposed and ultimately passed 2 years ago during the pandemic. And the interesting thing about these elected officials is that they always try to compare positions, and their main argument for wanting a salary increase has been, well, my counterpart in Hidalgo County and Starr County, they are getting raises. Now, while we are in favor and are supportive of individuals who say, hey, you know what, we need to make this a paid position because we want good individuals being in public office. But the important thing is the question, why do individuals run for public office? It is sad to report that right now, currently, Cameron County faces a $5 million deficit. Now, balancing the budget is very, very important. Why? Because we are able to get certain projects done. We are able to make sure that our employees are well compensated, motivated. We want to have a high retention rate of keeping our employees and paying them the best dollar possible to make sure that we have the best qualified individuals performing this important task at a county/municipal government level. Well, we have seen how the government, our local Cameron County elected officials, our local government has mismanaged and is in the hole of $5 million. And what is the reasoning behind this? Well, it's all about money, unfortunately. Again, the Cameron County commissioners, and every action has a consequence, as we all know. What we have seen from the national level, we all were happy to receive those $1,200 checks during COVID. But what have we seen as of late? Inflation. We are paying that through gas. We are paying that through food prices. We are paying that through a lot more other things, which in reality, we're paying in the longer run. Well, same thing with salaries. The Cameron County commissioners were very quick to give themselves a raise. Cameron County commissioners at one time, their salaries were $46,000, let's say $50,000. Well, now they receive a salary of $70,000. And you may ask, why do people run for public office? Is it, again, to provide a better quality of life for you and I, or to get fat? The idea of all of us, except for the politicos, is that people should run for public office because they are not going to be sucking on a tit. The reasons why individuals run for public office is not to get rich, is not to have a well-paying job, is to be at the helm of a community and being their voice, their eyes and ears, and making decisions as a whole that will benefit hasta el más pobre, hasta el más rico. Well, that is our understanding, right? But we have seen from these our elected officials is it's all about money, 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 money. Why do individuals run for public office? Is it because they want to do what's right, or is it all about the money? Just 2 years ago, the Cameron County Commissioners Court, they did grant themselves money, and we could go on and state, how much everybody got, but that's not important. The important thing is that we are in the hole, close to $6 million. Now, what is the reasonings behind that? What has Cameron County done to deserve this? Just recently, we just gave up our roads. We're giving it to SpaceX. And again, this is one of the richest entities in the world, with the world's richest man. Now, did we sell ourselves short? $30 million to Elon and his companies. It's like $10. It's like $10 in my money. When you really think about it, did we sell ourselves short? Did we give up our most prized possession of our natural resource, which is the beach? Did we give that to Elon Musk for peanuts? And now the county is in the hole, $5 million? You mean to tell me that you gave yourselves raises? You guys have car allowances, phone allowances, and you're still in the red? Why do people run for public office? We have seen from this current administration that they've been giving away things to the world's richest man. They have given tax abatements. Well, that was in the MOU back in 2013, 2014. But they're giving him pretty much whatever he wants. Why is it that we always lose? We, the people, the elected officials, are going to be fine. And all of this came about because the judges, the judges, they did request a salary increase for their employees. And me being a former Cameron County employee, I'm all in supportive of our employees, our law enforcement officials to be compensated adequately. These individuals are the last ones that always get thought of. And it's always during election time, of course, but they always bring it up whenever it matters the most. Oh, well, we're thinking about giving y'all raises, vote for us and we'll make it happen. And then we vote for we vote for those individuals and nothing comes about. But are we going to lose talented individuals who the pay is not sufficient? I'm all in favor of compensating our employees. But what we have seen from leadership at the county level has been totally the opposite. They're giving themselves raises, them and their compadres raises. And then they come to us and say, oh, well, we're in bad shape. We're $5 million in the hole. What? Really? You have so much resources. You have SpaceX. And you gave yourselves up for peanuts? And you're in the hole? What does that say about our leadership? Again, what support have they given our other elected officials? We currently see the turmoil that is happening. This standoff between the Cameron County Sheriff's Office with the Cameron County Commissioner's Court. There was a lawsuit filed because Cameron County did not provide representation for the sheriff nor his chief deputy in a federal case. And, they do have their arguments of saying, hey, well, he wasn't an employee at the time, yada, yada, yada. But we can all see the turmoil. We can all see the friction that is happening within Dancy Hall. Now, another thing that we've been seeing is, remember this, guys? Remember the $100 million arena? What would have happened? What would have happened if we would have passed this resolution? If this would have passed in not once, but the second election? Don't you see how the Cameron County officials were trying to shove it down our throats? The Cameron County voters voted once that the arena was not in the best interest of the voters, of the constituents. What did they say? Oh no, we need the arena again. Put it on the ballot. Y'all didn't understand the first time. What happened? The voters, for the second time, they denied and rejected the arena. Ladies and gentlemen, if we're $5 million in the hole, and I'm not a genius here, I promise you, un poquito tontito. But if we're $5 million in the hole, and this arena, $100 million arena, would have passed, how much more would we have been in the hole? Was this their saving grace? Was this there to say, yes, there's $5 million in the hole, but look what we got, an arena that we're going to be even more in the hole? Don't you see what our Cameron County officials have been doing? They've been taking from that pie. Oh, fuck. There's no more. Ya no hay más. Oh, we're in the red. Don't you see what is going on? And then they come to us with midterm elections in November and next year. And they're going to say, we need your vote. Well, what have you done? You're put us in the hole. You have a standoff with our Cameron County officials. You're giving away SpaceX land for peanuts. And you want my vote? You want me in good faith to vote for you? Is that really what's going to happen? And you're right. Voting is very, very expensive, especially at the county level. Why? Because you have to pay for all the machines. You have to pay for all the employees. You have to pay for it's. And you're right, Alberto. How much money was spent on that second election? Again, these voting methods, they're not cheap. But again, we have elections coming up. And what do we have seen from our elected officials? They've given themselves raises. And then once it's time for the employees, es porque you're too late. Ya me di uno. I'm not making 45 now, 50, and I'm making 70. Too bad, man. I better come in another year. We got elections coming up. What have our local elected officials done for us? Have they provided a better quality of life for you and I? Have they made it? Have they made Brownsville the destination point where opportunity is available to every and all? Or do we have individuals that are in office who their only purpose is to serve them and their circle of friends. What have we seen from the Cameron County officials as of late? What have we seen from the incumbents? Nothing good for us. They're giving themselves raises. They're giving the Cameron County beach, the Boca Chica beach, our natural resource. They're giving it to Elon Musk for peanuts on the dollar. And us, we're stuck with $5 million deficit. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they won. They come and they want to take our vote. Vote for me because I put you $5 million in the hole. Vote for me because I gave myself a raise. Vote for me because I gave Elon Musk your Boca Chica beach. Vote for me because I'm an incumbent. And I promise you, I'll do you good. Vote for me because I take from you. Is that what we're going to accept? Have we come to a time during our life where we say, you know what? Enough's enough. Y'all tried to shove the $100 million arena down our throat, not once, but twice. If we're $5 million in the hole, how much in the hole would we be in the years to come? Elections are coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Our Cameron County leadership has failed us. They have given away our natural resource. They have given themselves raises. When it's time for the judges' employees to ask for those raises, you're like, Safo. And that, my friends, is the rest of the story. Kane's boss bought 50,000 tickets for Mega Million. And as crazy as that sounds, the crazier thing is that he didn't hit 50,000 tickets and not one hit. Mega Million will now be over $1 billion. What would you do with $1 billion? I'd buy a lot of food and Dr. Peppers. What is the definition of a recession? According to the Oxford Dictionary, a recession is when there are two economic decline of quarters of GDP. We have seen from the White House that they're trying to spin it and trying to make us say, no. That old antiquated way of viewing a recession is not accurate. They're changing the narrative each and every way. Why? Because nothing has been going right for the Democrats, and they fear that a red wave is coming. Yes, Steve, a red wave is coming. Barricades and kidnappings, aggravated robbery. Hey, just another day in BrownTown, huh? The U.S. Marshals did arrest an individual for human smuggling. He did barricade himself. No casualties, thank God. Tear gas was used during the incident. Robberies isn't being reported by our local paper. Our close proximity to the International Bridge, we have seen a large increase in Chevys and certain GMC cars and trucks being easily accessible to steal and cross and sail on the other side. But our paper isn't reporting that. Again, Brownsville is supposed to be the 16th safest city, according to a survey, a poll back in this past April. But again, you won't be hearing and a kidnapping as well. Very, very scary, where a 17-year-old and his parents are trying to kidnap, punch, kick, and force a woman who they claim stole from them into the van. But you won't hear that on the local paper, unfortunately. And what the heck is going on with Cameron County? We were shocked to learn that we are in a deficit of $5 million. What have we seen from our local elected officials? Have they used that money for good? Our jailers, our sheriff's department are poorly staffed, poorly underpaid. Our Cameron County judges are asking the commissioners for an increase for their employees, and the judge and the commissioner said, you know what, we have no money. Maybe better luck next year. What have they done? They've given away our beaches. They have given away. Our natural resource. We have bowed down to Elon Musk. They themselves have given themselves raises, and now they question and say, well, I wonder why we're in the hole. $5 million. Elections are coming up. What will you do in these upcoming elections? Will you be continuing to vote for these individuals that continuously take from you, who continuously get fat on the county tit, or elected individuals that are going to work for you and in your family's best interests? Thank you so much for your time and your attention. It's Wednesday, July 27th, 7:43 a.m. Hope y'all have a great hump day. Hope to see you here on Friday. God bless.